Hello everyone and welcome back to Genie Crafts. In today's video, we'll continue with the basics of on-edge quilling, and at the same time we are going to create a sweet little clover leaf quill design for the upcoming St. Patrick's Day. So let's get started. Unlike my previous video where I put the entire design on a rectangular base, this time we are going to cut out a shape and do the quilling on that. So for that I have taken printout of this clover leaf shape and I'm going to put it on a 300 GSM white watercolor paper and cut that shape out and then encase it in a border and fill it with a quill design. And here is the clover leaf shape cutout. For doing the actual quilling, I have already pre-cut 230 to 270 GSM thick 10 mm strips of different colors. If I need any more colors, then I can always cut it out later. I'm not using the regular quilling strips which are much thinner because this is on edge quilling and I'll be creating very few actual rolls. Most of the quilling will be done by placing strips of paper in different patterns. This type of on edge quilling is a step above the one that I showed in the previous video, because in the previous video there was no restriction of border, so you could place your design on a flat rectangular piece of base. Here you have to adhere to the border, so it becomes a little difficult. So the first thing that you need to do is cut out a strip which corresponds to the shape of the border that you want to stick to, and then dab the edge of the paper slightly with the white PVA glue. Use a glue of thicker consistency because it will dry quicker. Just check that the entirety of the edge has glue to it, and then carefully starting from one end of the strip, start sticking it as close to the border as possible. If there is a half millimeter space left, that's okay, you can always cut it out with scissors at the end, but try to keep it as close to the border as possible, and this will be difficult in the beginning. It's quite possible that you have gone too much inside the border or you have gone outside the border, so keep a track of that and ensure that you are folding the paper in such a way that it is always sticking as near to the border as possible. In a similar way, create border across the entire shape and ready your design for filling it with quilt patterns. Once you have finished the borders, you have actually completed the hardest step in this form of quilling. But I got a mind block when I started to think about what kind of design I'm going to fill this clover leaf with. When you look at those Instagram stories and Facebook posts and everything, people posting these quilling designs, and you think that, oh, this is so easy to make. But when you actually start making these kind of designs, you start to kind of get confused what design to fill it with. So the entire design that you will see in this video is done on the spot. Whatever came to my mind, I created the design. I did not have any preset design in mind before I started filling this clover leaf. So the first thing that I did was I created these circles from this ochre yellow paper strips and pasted it on the 3 leaves at the center dipping point. Next, I chose a bright pink strip to connect the end of the semicircles with the leaf joints. The reason for doing this was to divide the entire structure into smaller manageable parts which I can fill with simpler designs. Without dividing the structure, it was quite daunting to think what kind of design I would fill it with, but after dividing it with the help of pink strips, it became much easier later on to fill it with smaller designs. Next, I have used the red strips to create loose coils. Depending upon the length of the strip that you are going to use, the density of your coil will be determined. Since I wanted my coils to be less dense, so I have only used half a strip. If you want them to be highly dense, then you can use full length of the strip also. Since this is very thick paper, it is not possible to use the actual regular quilling needle to create these coils. So using the toothpick, I am creating curve on the strip, and then I am going to create coil with my hands only and then let it open so that it forms the loose coil. Next, using straight small strips of blue paper, I have filled the gap between the pink and the green strips where they are joining together. A small trick to fill the gap properly is that first you measure the strip, cut it out, align it once before you actually apply the glue, and then paste it. Then with the help of light grey strips, I have created a slanted line pattern on either side of the pink strips. To ensure that it looks symmetrical, I have been careful to keep the gap between the two strips same. Also, to give it a little bit more dramatic effect, one strip is going to cross the red swirl through and through, so that it looks like that it's a line that is cutting through that red coil. And this is how my design has looked so far on the clover leaf. The part that has been troubling me most was what to put at the center of the leaf. So I finally decided that I will create a flower out of violet petals and put it at the center of the leaf. And that's how the flower turned out, and as you can see, I have put an orange circle at the center to give it a more flair. And since this is a leaf at the end of the day, so I have decided to fill the remaining gap by creating line pattern with the help of dark green strips. One of the biggest challenges of on-edge quilling is to maintain the continuity in the strips that you are placing on your design, especially when that strip is cutting across an already placed strip on your shape. So as you can see that I have tried to maintain the alignment of the lines across the semicircle that those lines are cutting. If you are able to do that, then your design looks really neat and it gives it a very nice effect. Lastly, to fill the remaining gap on the leaves, I have created loose coils out of neon green strip and placed it on the remaining available space. It's not necessary that you have to fill the entire space in a given cutout, but that's up to you. I wanted to fill it, and since I'm fairly new to on-edge quilling, so I'm pretty sure that I will move on to much more cleaner and sparse design as I go along in the future. But for now, I wanted to fill it, and neon green was a good contrast color to the other strips that were in the surrounding area. So I've just created a loose coil out of it and filled those spaces. Lastly, I filled the stem of the leaf with the help of dark brown paper. I've used some curved lines and some straight lines. And that's how my design has turned out to be after completing all the patterns. This has turned out to be a really colorful clover leaf. If you guys liked the video, then please do not forget to hit the like and share button, and do subscribe to my channel for more videos on paper arts. I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.